Congratulations, Dave! You are officially the award recipient for Best in Art of the Shorty Awards. This is amazing. It's exciting. It's a little weird because we're not actually at the awards, but I'm grateful because I get the chance to interview all the winners, which probably wouldn't happen on such a hectic red carpet in person. So I'm very lucky and honored to be sitting with you today, or digitally. I love the painting that you have in your background there and your ferns. And I'm just so curious, your artist is so interesting to me. I'm wondering, did you ever think that you would find yourself winning an award for Best in Art when you started?
No, honestly, the artwork was kind of it started off as kind of a hobby and kind of a joke between my wife and I, and it kind of just spiraled out of control. And I was an engineer, a software engineer for much of my career, I guess. And then the last 2 years, I've been doing this full time, and it's been wild. So.
Wow, what kind of software were you engineering?
Oh my gosh, all sorts. I worked for a number of different companies, everything from sort of like financial to ad tech to smart grid stuff. So yeah.
Something that was started off as a joke with you and your partner is now your main source of income and time and energy. That's amazing. You know what's really amazing is that you have consistently been using your platform to raise awareness and funds for charity. I just saw that on your highlights on your page there that you were selling a piece for $4,500 to raise funds. I wonder what are the causes that are most important to you when raising money for these different charities, and what's the most success that you've had so far with a charitable campaign?
I think the highlight was probably the most successful one that we've had, and that was coming back from Art Basel in 2000 or this past year. The whole sort of banana fiasco, and to me, I thought it was brilliant, and congratulations to the guy who sold the banana and the comedian who ate it. I thought that was hilarious, but at the same time, I was kind of like, there's a piece of food that costs probably 30 cents taped to a wall, and it's sold for however much it's sold for while people are starving. And to me, that just didn't seem right. And so, I did a painting of the giant banana taped to a mountain, and then we auctioned that off and donated the proceeds to the World Hunger Organization. So.
That's amazing. And how long would you say that it usually takes you to complete one of these pieces? Like, what's your average amount of time on a piece of work?
It totally varies. There are some that, if they're really small and not that complex, I can get them done in a day maybe. But there are others, I actually just finished something that I can't share yet, but it took me over a month of 8 hours a day.
Wow.
So.
Wow, I can't wait to see that piece. Okay, I have so many other questions for you, but I want to make sure I get these Shorty Award questions in here. If you could do a collaboration with anyone on YouTube, who would that be?
That's a great question. I would probably find someone like, I don't know, Rick Steves, or someone who travels all over the world, and try to tag along and find thrift art all over the world and paint and just eat great food.
Well, if nobody on YouTube will do that with you, I travel a lot, and you're more than welcome to. I will thrift.
Oh, perfect. I can tag along.
Yeah, let's go. As soon as we can be with one another in person again, whenever this stuff is over. And then this is a great question. If you could post a message on social media that every single creator in the entire world is going to see, no pressure, what would your message be?
Every single creator?
Yeah, which is humans, in my opinion. But
I feel like it's kind of cliche, and I feel like it's been said a million times, but I feel like, I would just want every creator to kind of just make the art or create the thing that they want to see or want to consume. So I feel like that's just where the best art and the best content comes from.
It's not corny because, we are living in a time where we especially now with quarantine and everything, money is a factor in things. And sometimes it's easy to get lost in that as a creative, wanting to pay the bills or take care of the overhead. But it's important to always go back to that thought of create only what it is that you want to add to the universe, what it is that
Well, yeah, and I think there's definitely this feeling now where a lot of times I think people are creating for the likes, or they're doing the things for the likes, and that's great, and I think that's that kind of drives the social media wheel. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's just more important to enjoy what you do and create the thing you love.
And who's an artist like that inspires you? Who inspired you to paint?
Oh man, well, I mean, it started off when I was a kid. I mean, it was always like the classics, the sort of Van Goghs and the Picassos and the Rembrandts and things like that, or the people like that. But these days, especially with the advent of Instagram, it's been so huge and so pivotal for people to find new artists. But I mean, just to name a few like contemporary artists that I love right now, Michael Reeder is one of them. What's that? Go follow Michael Reeder, James Jean, Brent Estabrook. These are some of my absolute favorites currently. And there's a million more, but it's
cool.
Yeah, James Jean is the man. He's
I'm following in real time. How do we spell? Okay, I got the Estabrook. Wow, thank you. Because look, man, I just moved into this place. I need some art on the walls.
Oh, you got some empty walls. That's right.
Empty walls. I got my own art that I did. It's never not working art over there. I don't know if you could see that, but yeah.
I mean, my eyes are awful, but I can kind of see it. Yeah.
So for somebody like me who is not shopping in museums for my art, I'm just making a humble living here. But I'm a new fan, thanks to the Shorty Awards. And maybe I'd like to add a piece to my walls. Like, what is your average price point here?
That also depends on, the size and complexity of the piece. So typically the smaller ones go from anywhere from, I don't know, 800 to, 1200 or whatever. But, and then just kind of up from there. It's not, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's not terrible. And, I always try to make artwork that's kind of accessible as well. And so, I'll offer sometimes prints and sometimes even hand embellished prints, so that it almost feels like, and hand embellished just means like you paint on top of the additioned print. So it kind of feels like an original, and that way, everybody kind of has a shot at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm not sure if you're aware, but May is National Foster Care Awareness Month. And I got some ideas after looking at your profile. If you have any interest in maybe trying to raise some funds for the fostered youth that have definitely been forgotten during this time, I would love to collaborate in anything that you're doing to give back to the community. Feel free to reach out to me, because that's what I love to do. And I'm at YesJulz on Instagram. So I followed you. Hopefully we could be friends and I'll get a piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, the same goes for you. Reach out and we can work something out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
You
Thank
got
you.
it.
Congratulations. Yep. Best in art.
Thank you.
Crowd's going crazy back there, man. You look great.
There you go.
Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy.
All right, bye.